Go before.
Yeah, it needs to be on 60 minutes.
Jimmy Olds.
Okay, it's the magic hour, 5 o'clock. Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the July 14th, 2025 City Council work session. I'd ask that everyone please silence all electronic devices except Harold's not here. We don't have that problem. But Mayor Butler and Mayor Pro Tem Hogan are absent and excused from tonight's meeting. So the first item on the agenda, the Burlington Pickleball Complex report, Mr. Tony Laws and Rachel Benson.
Thank you, Councilman.
Vincent.
Rachel Benson, yeah. Thank you, Councilmember Wall and Councilmember Bigelow and Councilmember Ward. It's very good pleasure to be here and talk about pickleball. We've got some good results and hopefully we're going to get better. But we have Rachel Benson here. She's our general manager of Sports Facilities Companies and doing a great job for us. And so she's got a presentation she wants to make about some changes that we would like y'all to consider seriously so that it would help us going forward. So, Rachel, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right. Thank you, council members, for giving me the opportunity to come tonight to give y'all an update on things going on at the Burlington Pickleball Complex, as well as some recommendations for things that we've seen over the past 8 weeks, almost 9 weeks, that we have been in full operations since our opening on May 9th. So first, I just wanted to talk about kind of an overview of what we've done in the past 8 weeks. So we've had 125 people as of last Thursday that have registered for a clinic or class with us. We currently have our first league going right now. Our summer league started last week, and we've got 42 players participating in that league. We're a little hesitant to do that league in the summer because summer's a little bit harder to get folks to come out because of vacations and things like that. But we've been very happy with the 42 folks that have been able to come out, and a great building block for us going into the fall for future leagues as well. Currently, what we're offering is summer camps. We've had 1 week of that. Our next week is next week, actually. Will be our second week of summer camp. We offer a pickleball basics class, which is just a one-time class to teach people the very basics of pickleball and how to play. And then we also have Pickleball 101 and 201, which just build on each other. And then a new class that we started last week is skills and drills that we're doing as well. So it gets folks playing more in a match-type atmosphere instead of an instructional setting. And then, like I said, the summer league that we're doing right now with doubles as well. So all of our programs restarted last week with our new session, and those will go through the beginning of August. So for the fall, these are what we're the different offerings we're going to have. So currently what we're offering now, minus summer camp, of course, but we were going to be adding peak paddle coaching, which is one-on-one coaching or training with a certified trainer that will offer homeschool PE, after-school junior clinics, Battle for Burlington, which will be our first tournament that will be our very own, that we'll host at the complex, and we'll have a Pickle Boo Bash, which will be a Halloween event on Halloween night on October 31st. So plenty of stuff that we've been doing, but also a good mix of new things for folks to come out and enjoy and sign up for. So going into our usage, so you can see May, a little less than 800 people came to visit us. We measure that by people they scan in. They have to have the court reserve that, which is free to them. So they scan in when they come in so we can get their usage. And then June, we had a little over 1,200 people that came in during that month. And I'll show you a comparison next between the complex itself and then as well as Fairchild, because I'm sure everybody's heard about Fairchild being really busy and whatnot, which is great, but we want to look at how those hours kind of break out of availability for the court. So at the complex, we've got a little over 5,300 hours a month that are offered. So through the 17 courts and being open 13 hours a day, that's where we come up with that number. In May and June, collectively, only roughly half of those hours were utilized at the complex. Versus at Fairchild, the usage there has been very high, especially in the evenings, and Looking at the usage there on the next slide, you'll see the usage. Now, it looks like it's only 0.5% on there, but it basically did not change from when we opened until current. So folks are not coming from over there to come to City Park. They're mostly utilizing Fairchild. So you'll see one of the main reasons and feedback that we are receiving on the next slide you'll see is most residents are choosing not to take advantage of the complex because they want to play with their friends who don't necessarily live within the city lines. So we're getting that feedback a lot, and we got that from day one of, well, you know, my partner that I play with, that I work with, lives in Method or lives in Graham or Greensboro, whatever it may be. So versus coming and risking not having someone to play with, they're going to Fairchild. So I hear that probably every day from folks, and not always the same people, but that is the number one thing that we're hearing. That is the biggest feedback. So we could take that as something of, oh, people aren't utilizing our new beautiful complex, but it also shows there's a huge opportunity for us. We have taken the last 8 weeks and seen what the usage looks like by us saying residents only, and now we can hopefully make a switch to where if we open it up to the general public, then we're going to allow those folks to come in, be able to introduce new programs because we'll have more people to have more leagues with, for example, increase the participation, and in general just welcome more people to the complex to enjoy it and no longer have that fear of the overcrowding like we initially talked about, of it just being overwhelmed by people from outside of the city. So one of the things that we want to look out next is going to be, you'll see the comparison usage. Oops, I'm sorry, I went backwards. I went the wrong way. It's our recommendations. So the current policy, just as a reminder, is that residents have the option to use courts for free. They are never charged to use a court to come up in there and play. They can, if they want to, choose to purchase a membership, which then gives them the opportunity to reserve courts for a specific time, a specific court, those types of things, use the ball machine for free, but they don't have to. We always have courts 1 through 3 reserved for them at any point. And the non-residents currently are required to come with the city of Burlington residents, and they have to pay a $7 guest fee. So that's the number 2 complaint and feedback that we get is the $7 fee and having to be with a resident. What if they just want to come play and they don't live in the city? There's no option for them currently. What we have been doing to soften that a little bit is if it's someone's first time there and they honestly didn't know about the policy, then as long as we're not full, we let them want to come in. We put a note on their account and say, you know, first visit, we give them a courtesy visit. We don't want their first impression of Burlington or the pickleball complex to be us turning them away when there's empty courts behind us. So we have been letting those folks in those situations come in and utilize it, and we always get positive feedback of how much they love it. Why can't I come back? I wish I could come back, and all those things. So what I'm coming to recommend to y'all tonight is to open up the membership to anyone and not be restricted by residency. Now, they would have a higher fee than City of Burlington residents. So non-residents would pay $10 more per month versus a resident. So residents, if they choose a membership, is $20 a month, and non-residents would be $30. And then changing the drop-in or daily fee if they just want to come in and play would be $3. So again, residents pay nothing for that. Non-residents would pay $3 to come in and drop in and play. The current City of Burlington residency policy would not change. That would stay the same as it is right now. And part of this is I've been working with sports facility companies and as well as with Rachel and Tony regarding the marketing campaign of how we could roll this out if approved. Main goals of this is to really increase overall Burlington pickleball awareness. There still are folks somehow that don't know about the complex. So getting that awareness out to folks, building a social media following and website traffic. We've just gotten the tools here last couple of weeks to be able to really track that and hone in on different things of, you know, someone that's clicked on this certain page on our website, what's their zip code, and all those kind of things where we can dive into that data and see where we're drawing folks. And also build membership and program growth. We have space to be able to do that with the 17 courts and being creative with scheduling and being smart with it. So how look is our focus, assuming things are approved this evening, is to target roughly a 25-mile radius with folks that have an interest in pickleball, obviously, but also tennis, fitness, parents, and then seniors. And really try to show that we have hours that are flexible schedules. We're open at 8 a.m. We stay open until 9 p.m. Except for Sundays is 10 to 7. We've got clinics that are available from ages 7 all the way up. Our clinics are affordable, they're fun. This is offering your family and your kids screen-free time to come out and enjoy the complex as a whole. And how we would execute that is through mainly focusing on social media campaigns as well as Google display ads. Those would be our two main outlets for that, but also doing a referral program. So residents would be able to, that are members, they could refer folks to join, which will help us build loyalty within the membership base and whatnot. Y'all know that your easiest and cheapest customer is an existing one because they're going to refer and say, oh my gosh, man, there was so much fun. And folks are so nice up there. That pays for itself and it's way cheaper, right? Than doing a bunch of ads like that. So really building a referral program to get new users out there.
So I wanted to add a couple of comments that Rachel mentioned. The play for pickleball is primarily doubles play. That could be 2 males, 2 females, or mixed couples, because we see a lot of that. And so we're talking about 4 players to a court, generally. There's a little bit of individual play, but not much. I'd say 95% be doubles play. And these groups, especially the ones that go to Fairchild, they may be 8 people, they may be 30 to 40 people. There's multiple groups. I know a lot of the organizers of those groups. Don't know all the people, but I know the organizers, and so there's a lot of group play in pickleball too. Primarily they're going to Fairchild right now because there are a lot of mixed residency, people that live in Burlington, people that live outside of Burlington. So they play at Fairchild where they don't have any restrictions. So we think that restrictions that we started off with when we opened the City Park courts in May were good, to make sure that the residents got the advantage of playing that their tax funds have paid for versus non-residents. But it's reduced a lot of residents playing in City Park too because of their friendship, partners, group affiliation, whatever. They want to go where all their friends or partners are playing, and a lot of them being non-residents. So we think, let the doors open to City Park, so to speak, will certainly increase the play over there. Better able to have big groups at Park at 17 courts versus 6 at Fairchild, so people don't have to wait to play a lot. We can spread them out a lot better, and the interaction between these groups, is very strong. Getting the word out, it won't take long to get the word out. Everything gets out very quick in the pickleball community. So we don't have to worry about that, and we hear about it most of the time, especially anything negative. We hear about it, but we think it's time now that we try opening up City Park a little more so that we get more play there, and people can take advantage of it and not have to wait to play on the court, or way too many people going to one smaller court area than coming to the larger court area.
Have we had any interest from outside tournaments at this point?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Oh, excuse me. Yes, we have both of them.
We have one that's under contract right now that is in October, and that is for the North Carolina State PPA Amateur Tournament. Southern Pickleball from Macon, Georgia is bringing that tournament up here.
We're meeting with a lady named Jen Johnson. She lives in Chapel Hill. She is the regional director for United States Senior Pickleball. She's contacted us several times. She's coming to meet with us after we had this meeting, to talk about bringing some events of theirs here, and concentrating on senior pickleball that she thinks she can really help improve our program.
Any questions from you guys?
When do you think about rolling it out? When do you want
August 1st is what we would.
Yeah, this change is take effect August 1st. Give us a couple of weeks to get it publicized.
well, the reason I ask is that we have obviously two council members and the mayor, one council member not here. I don't know how they think, we can formulate our own things here, but is anything real magic about A1?
Nothing too magical about it. We did that to give us roughly 2 weeks, like you said, to get everything together, to roll that out, update the website, flyers, those types of things. But also we're holding on our fall program until we know usage is going to affect that. So sooner than later would be best or preferred on our end, but respect the decision if you need to.
Sports Facilities Marketing, they've recommended the sooner the better. They understand the situation, and they don't want us to wait too much longer. That's for sure.
The reason I ask, of course, obviously with two council members not being here, so, I mean, that's a concern of mine, but not only that, really is, when you open it up to non-residents, they gon' if we say yay tonight, they're gonna have to be accountable for what we say to do tonight. And if they hear, they can speak or hold their peace, so to speak. When is the meeting? When do we have it? When are we meeting?
Our next meeting is mid-August.
18, 19.
19th.
Yes.
Well, the council meeting is the 19th. There's a work session the 18th.
And what else, you want to let the others know where they, obviously, if you have any information. I don't really feel all that comfortable with not being here, because like I said, if with any other recommendation, quite frankly, just for other than opening up to non-residents. And over the course of years, that has been necessarily a sensitive topic, but it could, I don't know for sure. Anyway, I have no problem with it myself.
I have no problems with it myself either.
No, I don't either. My family plays at Fairchild, and we have met some of the people from out of town, people that actually live in Burlington. I met was actually a business pickleball, like a business meeting over pickleball. So the young lady was from Chapel Hill, and I forgot the other one, and then the one fellow from Burlington. And it's always packed. And I was large Jews come to Fairchild, so I do understand the need, but I'm okay with waiting as well.
If council's okay, we can make sure that we have the same presentation to Harold. And we can, just very informally, unless they have problems, we could probably still look at August 1 if y'all are okay with that. So we would make sure they have the same information and the same presentation to make sure they didn't have any questions if you're comfortable.
That's how I'm going to do it.
Okay, we'll do that as soon as they get back, and then that way if they're happy, we'll roll it out August 1 if everybody's good.
Thank you, Rachel, and thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right, next, voluntary non-contiguous annexation request, 1181 Floral Avenue, PID 127495, 2034 Birchbridge Road, PID 181352, 465 North Carolina Highway 87 North, PID 117566, 0 Hopedale Road, PID 141105. This time we recognize Bob Patterson. Bob.
Thank you, Councilmember Wall, Councilmember Ward. I'm officiating for Jamie tonight. She was unable to attend, so bear with me, please. But we have 4 voluntary non-contiguous annexation. 3 of them are related to water and sewer requests that we're going to recommend holding off on the annexation, and then the 4th is a voluntary annexation. they've requested water and sewer service through the city ordinances. We've already provided that. Is there a follow-up with the annexation petition? This property is not contiguous to the city limits. Staff's recommending deferring annexation at this time, but reserving the right to consider the petition in the future, which is about 21 years. So the recommendation or the request is to add this to the council meeting tomorrow, and with the request to defer the public hearing and annexation to a future point in time for NCDS 160D2. The request is in situation is at 2234 Birch Bridge Road. And again, it's a water and sewer request. It's not contiguous to the existing city limits, and staff recommends deferring that annexation. Also, and so the agenda tomorrow for the request to defer the annexation to for CGS 160D202. Okay, the third request, NC Highway 87 North. This is a request for water service only. This is not contiguous to the existing city limits and actually closer to Elon, so at this time we would not be able to annex it. So the staff recommendation is to petition as well, and to request to put that add-on to the council meeting tomorrow with the deferral of the annexation petition for up to the 21-year period for NCDS 160D202. And then the final request is this lot here at the intersection of the Swimming Pool Road and North Grand Hotel Road. This is a request, voluntary request, annexation petition of 4.589 acres. This property is not contiguous to the city limits, but is within our purview, your purview to consider a satellite annexation. Staff is recommending that this property be move forward with the request for a satellite annexation. There is a proposal that has gone through TRC for a development plan, some residential housing on this property. So the staff recommends approval of this non-contiguous annexation request to adopt a resolution to set a date of public hearing for the August 19th, 2025 City Council meeting to consider that annexation and to add that onto the agenda tomorrow.
Good, sir.
And if you have any questions regarding any of those.
Any questions from council?
Where's the corporate limits line now? I know this is the size line. How far outside the city is it? I see the little lower. Okay.
Yeah, so this darker area, I believe, is city and also over here. So
Okay, but anytime, obviously, for everybody here knows that you're doing the satellite question services, police, fire, others, that's not going to be an issue.
no, this is close enough to the other areas that
Okay, good. That answers the question. Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, Bob, thank you.
thank you.
Next, C, city boards and commissions appointments. John Vernon, welcome.
Council members, This is a continuation of the appointment process. I sent for the last week, I sent 3 more applications that I was mistakenly left off the last time. I don't know if they were, if other council members, or if you guys want to continue until there are more council members here to consider again, or if you'd like to do them now and help either way.
I'm gonna suggest we wait till the other council members here. I think they need to be here to check for this, because they may even have some people that they would like to nominate and recommend. I've been through, I've got my book that I'm ready to go. But out of courtesy or just common sense, it'd be good to have them here. But
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. Okay, next on our agenda, city manager's report. Great.
Thank you, Mr. Councilmember. I want to first thank our public safety, our public information, streets and utilities. During recent tropical storm Chantel, we had about, was it 11 inches or 9?
It's about somewhere, depending where we were in the city, between 8.7 and 9.4 in about.
And as council's where we Operations Center, we did have some water rescues as well. We had street closures, but just very proud of the work that public information, as far as getting information out, and people did as well. And I do want to thank Kevin Turner, as our emergency management director, for what he did. And then 2 days later, or 3 days later, we opened up again on July 9th, and we had that break as well. That is on Sunday, but we still were open just in preparation. The second thing I did want to mention was wanted to thank Congressman Hudson for his visit last week. He met with the city on July 8th. For our CAD funding request to PFAS. So he was very open, very appreciative. His staff member was very supportive. But I do want to thank staff as well. We were very prepared in a short amount of period. We got notified on Monday afternoon he was going to be here Tuesday. So we were able to pull that together, and I appreciate Rachel did a great job on that. But again, Councilmember O was there as well, so I do want to thank that. But that went really, really well. A couple events that are coming up. We do have our RAB meeting on Western Electric. The next one is scheduled for July 23rd at 6 p.m. at the Crenova Center. So if you're interested, that's the Restoration Advisory Board that we're working with the Army. A couple of other things to remember. National Night Out is Monday, August 4th, and we will... Tuesday, I'm sorry. That's right. Days wrong. Tuesday, August 5th. I knew one August 5th. So your shirt should be in your agenda, or your boxes upstairs. Again, we won't have county then, as we will be participating in National Night Out.
And we're meeting in the back parking lot?
Yes, sir.
4:30?
Yes, sir. And just a quick upgrade, I think we've sent you a hold the date, but we do have groundbreaking for the Paramount scheduled for August 7th at 10 a.m. So that will be for renovation and also for the new addition that we will have with respect to the bond project. 10 a.m. on August 7th.
I saw, changing the subject, I saw a couple of Sundays ago a story on 60 Minutes about PFAS. I thought about you when I was looking at it, not knowing much about it.
You've never heard of PFAS?
I've heard.
No.
I didn't know all the science like Mayor Buck does, but I did listen.
But
you knew it wasn't good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But and appreciate Bob recently spoken at Colorado, about PFAS and what we're doing, and really we are a leader with respect to how we are addressing that with our community and also with the environmental groups as well. So Bob's just done a fabulous job with that. And that's all I got.
Okay. Any other
Quick question, we're still supplying water to Grand Devon through that local rate?
Yes, yes, we are. It's my understanding that the plant is back up in operation, but any water that they're producing is mostly going and we're still.
Any other questions or comments from council? Okay. I would suggest the meeting stand adjourned.